important to find players you can really commit to in these first few rounds. You'd hate to have to readdress these same positions later on. Boy, you talk about a friendly turn of the cards. This is a great round for these guys as they get themselves a dynamic player right here. And this is a big piece of the puzzle right here. Maybe a no-brainer, but a great pick regardless. One Kansas City Chief is gone already. Here's a chance to have a teammate join him. Some tough choices coming up right about now. Do you go after the best available player, or do you go after a position? And there's a pick that does fill a hole, but I'm not sure that it's really going to be the one that improves the overall squad a tremendous amount. Tough call here. Do you try and get tougher up front, or get yourself a player in what we call a skill position? Yeah, I think with that pick, you're just looking to build up your core. Get some guys in here that can help round out the roster. This is a pretty telling pick here. Do you go for a big bruiser up front, or get yourself someone who could be a difference maker at a skill position? Still a few holes on this roster, and not a lot of time left to do anything about it. And now, which side of the football will they address here? Some interesting options either way. And now, which side of the football will they address here? Some interesting options either way. Boy, it's finger crossing time now. With the end in sight and a few more holes to fill, you've got to be hoping that there's still a gem or two that becomes available. Boy, it's finger crossing time now. With the end in sight and a few more holes to fill, you've got to be hoping that there's still a gem or two that becomes available. And with time running short, you've got to hope some guys fall into your lap, or you could be left instant impact right there. That's a big leap forward from what they had on the roster to begin with.
But I got it all handled. They try to box me in, I got my own angles, yeah. I'ma spend the summer getting to the cake, and I'ma wishing put on every candle. I'm like, please, please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave. Please, please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave. Please, please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave. Please, please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave.
If you ain't know me, but you know now. Juicy came through with the burst from me both times. In Park Town, that's automatic, hold down. What's that? Ask no question, just hold it down. While you hating on the progress, I'm a humble, I don't even prize what I do. I just drive a Maybach through the project. And still crazy, I ain't even drive shit. Hey, from a distance, please don't try me. Cause we'll turn it up on anybody. I see why they don't like me. Yelling out 400, they go too heavy. I mean, I got a Kindle in my mattress. Oh, I got the bitty back bragging.
Please, please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave. Please, please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave. Please, please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave. Please, please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave.
Chains. Ow. Caught up in my, put your head on backwards, then skate off after, engage in laughter about what just happened. Napkins get sent to mammies, is that too graphic? Catch you in traffic, you sitting daffy like stealing candy. My ceiling's absent, my wheels are massive, my friends assassins. All of us, our mothers queens and our women dancers. My rivers rapping, my fingers splashing, my gills are flapping. I bit some matches, then sip something and kiss the dragon.
I'm really rapping, no fingers snapping, them packing. Y'all slipping, my swag is dripping, so here's a napkin. What's really happening? Verbal attacking, I'm showing passion. Know what I mean? See, I'm the king, like I'm from Akron. I'm going overboard. Somebody call the captain. And when it come to getting checks, I always want the fat ones. I'm so I can sing to a chandelier. My flow a glass of spade and yours a candle.
Too many buttons, not enough.
Thank you, Larry. So the picks are in. We welcome you to this Draft Champions contest. I'm Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, ready to call the action. And let's get to it. Down to the field. It's time for kickoff. And it's the birth of a new club as we're underway in Draft Champions. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his first pass is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's going to wind up and air it out. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground. Thank you very much, Larry Ridley. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. We are ready for this Draft Champions matchup as you get a quick peek at some of the stars in today's game. We're ready to go. Let's get down to kickoff. And it's the birth of a new club as we're underway in Draft Champions. That's fielded in the end zone. He's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to rifle one deep. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. After the INT, it's Carr. Pressure up the middle, and down he goes. Lamar Houston, the outside linebacker, drops him for a loss of 6.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player. On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr, and that is incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target, and it's 4th down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Yeah, Sanders now to return. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape. 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Bryant with a catch right side. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I
was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And Freeman lost the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. Dez Bryant, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. Andre Howell, the one to bring him down. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance that they have any decision to make on fourth down. But things happen so quickly in the end zone in this compressed area of the field that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
We've just gotten started here, and already these guys have been handed a really difficult decision to make. Both offensive and defensive options here. They might have to ask themselves which side of the ball needs more attention. Yeah, I don't think you needed a crystal ball to see that pick coming. That's all about loyalty and familiarity right there. Oh, no need to worry about this guy. Just plug him right into a starting role, and he'll be a massive upgrade.
Come on, can't beat it, can't beat it, can't beat it, can't beat it with the big bad dough. Can't see it with this pitch black Gucci frames on. Let me take it off, let me get the full scope. Full screen HD, let me take it.
So, with a handful of starters already nailed, boy, you talk about a talented player. This guy's one of the best around. Yeah, maybe not the pick that's going to change this team's fortune, but he is an improvement over what they had. Where to now? Do you get yourself a big brute for the trenches, or someone who... I'm not sure that this selection is going to provide a huge punch, but he's at least a guy that does have some upside. Now it's getting to the time of the draft where you really want to get lucky and hope somebody falls into your lap. Where to now? Do you get yourself a big brute for the... Oh, this guy's a rare talent and a huge upgrade over what they had before. And now is where you need to make these last picks count. Time to fill any holes you can before it's too late. Still a few holes on this roster and not a lot of time left to do anything about it. Boy, it's finger crossing time now. With the end in sight and a few more holes to fill, you've got to be hoping that there's still a gem or two that becomes available.
All right, Larry, hope everyone is settled in for a great Draft Champions contest. Here, lucky to witness it. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. These guys that you see on your screen, they won't be witnessing. They will be participating in what should be an excellent game. Let's get down to the field. It's time for kick. They've played two of the more memorable Super Bowls in recent history. The Giants and Patriots are underway again. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now it's the Chiefs' all-time leading rusher. It's Jamal Charles on the carry. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
It should go without saying that anytime you run the football well and gain a nice chunk of yardage, that means the offensive line did their job and did it really well. But let's give them a little more credit than that, because all week long, offensive line meetings, they're going over adjustments, counters, when line shifts, all those things that go along with it. And yet, you still have to be physical, and that's what they did on the first play.
Now it's Romo. And he finds a man on a crossing route. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
A first down carry here for Charles. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Second down following the run. To throw on second down is Romo. And he's got Shockey. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their...